Since it's mainly me who picks up the camera, I tend to show more of a highlight reel, but living on the road full time, I promise, is not always sunshine and rainbows. We get cranky, we have to empty the toilet, we avoid showering to save water, and some days we can't come out of the van, or worse, the van gets stuck. So in today's episode, we're going to show you some more of the pretty things that we saw at South LeFroy, but make sure you stick around and see the other side to what happens at beach camps and when things go from bad to worse. How much does that cost? We're just going to walk down to that turtle place, Tex, like about a K down. Put in the wetsuit on.
Yes.
Ah, that's a bit soft, isn't it?
No. Last longer in the water.
Yeah, but you can't get out. We're going to drift all the way down.
Yeah, at least I'm not going to be clapping my feet together.
I will though. And I'll just be whinging under my breath the whole time. Oh, hang on, I'll zip it up. Gonna swim for a little bit first? Pretty close?
Need a torch to see it.
Yeah. We got an underwater torch?
Nope.
Wind has picked up the last few days, so still looks beautiful, but it's quite windy. And everything is like got sand all over it. Hey, get back in there. Just have to live with all the sand on the ground. Hey boss, do you want to come out? Come on.
Before he goes in though.
Yes. We've got to dust you off before you go in, babes. Oh, hello. Tell us about the fire. What happened?
Well, we had a big hole where everyone sat around with seats and that, and within 24 hours the wind had the beach and the
Engulfed
wind
it.
claimed it back.
Yes.
So we have a hole, that was nearly twice as deep.
Yeah. So how'd your fishing expedition go this morning?
One squid that big.
Oh, that's terrible. It looks so tame now though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just comes in sweet sections.
So we've spent the last few days, because it's been a bit windy, spending the morning sunbaking. Yesterday we went snorkeling, as you probably saw, but because we've got our friends here, the drinking seems to start earlier and earlier each day, so we're actually out of booze. We're doing really well with the water and the food and everything. It's just, you know, when you've been camping on your own for so long, we haven't been drinking very much, but it's too hard not to when you've got your mates around. The kids have been having a ball. They've come inside because they've got sore eyes from the sand. Is that right? Look at your eyes, darling. So they're putting on what movie?
Harry Potter.
Cool.
Which
And
one?
the first.
The first one. We're going to do a marathon.
The Sorcerer's Stone.
Awesome. Tilly could have a shower just to wash the sand out of her eyes.
And I said that we've got full water, but the best we've ever done is 7 days.
Without water.
With our 200
Without having to
litres.
go get water.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing okay at the moment, aren't we?
We're doing
It's
well.
just the water in Exmouth doesn't
Gone
taste.
through 45 litres in 4 days, that's it.
Yeah, and I had a shower the other day. In you go, darling. Good boy. This morning it is so wild and windy, and everyone seems to have scattered off the beach. But where are we headed?
Dumb point.
Dump Point. Exciting adventure. We are heading to the Dump Point. How often do you have to do this, Mark?
Well, because we are off grid fully, every couple of days I do it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so at these kind of places you have to be fully self-contained, so you've got to be
You have to have a chemical toilet.
Yeah. I I also noticed here that it's only $8 per person per night. That's why it was cheaper here. Whereas at Osprey, I think it was 11.
Maybe a K, maybe 2. Hand sanitizer, toilet.
So we have to do this every second day, yeah?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Nothing fun about it.
No. Clearly I'm not going to video this part, but that thing goes in there and it's absolutely gross. And there's no water at this one. All these water containers to fill up, and the whole back there is full of rubbish and it smells. It's totally gross. Yummy.
What's your back?
So it's our last day at South LeFroy, and again this morning we've woken up and the caravan's wobbling, the wind is blowing like gusts of wind, and this place is absolutely stunning. The first 5 days were absolutely incredible, and then after that the wind started to turn and it's just blowing its guts off basically. It's not very comfortable to sit outside at all. The layer of dust on everything, you've just got to live with the sand. It's good, but it's tough, and we're feeling like we're spending so much time inside the caravan looking out at the beautiful view. This morning we're going to head out and have a little bit of a drive around. There's a lighthouse we're going to go check out, so hopefully by the time we've done that the wind has turned. The funny thing is we're checking the weather app and every day it says it's going to be better tomorrow and it's still blowy. I just wonder how much stuff we've actually lost underneath this sand.
No. We are heading out to the lighthouse at
Sometimes backtrack.
So like right now?
right now.
Yeah.
Waiting to the lighthouse up here on the hill.
Oh, I thought we were going to the shearer sheds.
Oh, there's old shearing yards just over here,
Yeah.
and then just up on the dunes we have a lighthouse.
Is it?
I don't even know if it's an old one or if it's functioning or what's going on.
Oyster cages.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? This is the old shearing sheds or cattle yards of the LeFroys that used to own this station, and it was taken back off them from the council a few years ago, we believe. And that's why now we have to book everything through Parks WA. It totally looks like they've just dropped everything and abandoned it because there's some interesting things there.
Shearing quarters.
What does shearing quarters mean? People live in them? Oh yeah. So they're little rooms. I just checking for ghosts.
Can we go in?
Hang on.
Oh. Oh, it's all open. Oh, this is creepy.
That's cool.
So, oh, look at their windows. They're just like, it's old school. I thought when I first walked in that these were like bunks, but they all had their own rooms.
There would be like a floor here.
Yeah. We just built a house like this, Tilly, and we'll have like Tex's bedroom, your bedroom, lounge room, my bedroom.
What about Mark's bedroom?
Yeah, well, that's my bedroom. And the cats will need a bedroom too.
Those who steal till I find my way. How will I call? How will I call?
Go!
Go, Frank!
It's 9:57 and of course everyone's got to jump in just 3 minutes before we have to leave. So the sand basically just builds up against the wheels because it has been sweeping in underneath, and now we're trying to get out and we're bogged. The sand is so soft. just not grabbing, is it? Ooh! Whoopsie, I left my thongs over here. They nearly got buried. Okay, we're right in and we're getting some more Max Traxers out. How many have we got all together? 4?
Yeah.
Because it just keeps going straight underneath the wheel and not actually making any difference. Damn it. We're getting there.
1 hour later.
So just letting the tyres down to what?
16.
So what would they normally be?
I don't know what he's got them set up, but I usually have them on gravel around 35 in the rear.
Oh yeah, so very, very low.
Yeah.
So they kind of flatten
25
out,
at the
yeah?
moment. 25?
27.
Oh well, we do have to move. I thought we were all going to stay here forever.
It's all about tire pressures.
Thanks so much.
Front gate.
Had that have been at the right temperature, right pressure in the first place, mate, none of that would have happened.
Thanks so much. Good work, Mark. I'm glad that these boys were here, eh? All good, Mark?
All good now.
Did you enjoy that?
Really?
You did so. Only at the end where you're like, okay, I've had enough now.
Where's the old fella?
Say bye, Bob!
Bye, Bob.
So whilst this isn't about fuel stops, we had just driven all the way from South LeFroy into Exmouth. We had pretty much on empty, but we had to keep going because we had to get to the next fuel station, and we ended up so close. We are right here on the side of the road, stuck. And look at that. The service station is right there. So close. So I think the reason why it happened was because we were four-wheel driving yesterday, and I guess we didn't realise how much petrol it was going to take for us to get back out. So close. We're lucky enough though that we had backup because our friends have just headed into Exmouth, so they could have always come back out to save us. But how lucky are we? How lucky are we, Tilly? That was high pressure, wasn't it? Here he comes. Oh my gosh, how funny. I can't believe you carried that all the way, you poor bugger. How'd that go, Mark? How much does that cost?
$30. I'm just pumping the fuel through.
Oh, by hand. So we just tried to turn it on and it went brrrr. So are you trying to manually pump more now? What's happened? Did it again. There we go. Happier now?
I wasn't happy then, was I?
How much did you just put in?
I just had 20 litre jerry can that went in.
So how far below empty was it?
It was empty, it ran out.
Yeah, and how far did we get?
I flicked it when it hit low. I flicked it on because I know I can get about 50.
What's
it's happened
flicked what
once
on?
before. My odometer is how many k's
Oh, yeah.
I've done. And by the time it conked out, which was 200 metres from a servo, was exactly 75 kilometres.
Yeah.
It did.
And so
Into
what?
it. Well, the biggest problem was today was we probably would have done it, not easily, but pretty easily. There's a massive headwind straight into it. The pain.
And so why does it not start like that? So you've got to pump up the...
Because there's no air left in the lines.
Yeah. So then how much fuel did you just put in?
I filled it, $180 worth.
And you put something else in there? What was that?
I just put a fuel additive in.
What does that do?
It's an injector cleaner actually.
Something
We've been meaning to put a secondary fuel filter on this thing and we haven't done it yet.
What does that do?
You shouldn't really run your tanks too low because there's going to be crap in the bottom of them.
And we generally don't, do
We don't.